Florida Governor DeSantis, on Friday blasted President Biden's warning that the U.S. could need to reinstate certain COVID restrictions if the public does not stay vigilant about defeating COVID-19. To even contemplate doing any type of lockdown, honestly, it's insane. DeSantis said during a press conference in Florida, touting the state's efforts to administer vaccines to the elderly and other populations. That's not going to happen in the state of Florida. The governor continued referring to reinstating restrictions. We're going to continue doing what works, but under no circumstance would we entertain anything of the sort. Biden has repeatedly vowed to not lock down the country, but warned in the primetime address Thursday night that some restrictions may have to be revisited if current downward trends change and the virus resurges. He emphasized, though, that his administration is focused on helping the nation return to normal. Even if we devote every resource we have, beating this virus and getting back to normal depends on national unity, Biden said. And national unity isn't just how politics and politicians vote in Washington, what the loudest voices say on cable or online. Unity is what we do as fellow Americans. Oh my God. Because if we don't stay vigilant, they don't have to stay, and the conditions change, then we may have to reinstate restrictions to get back on track. And please, we don't want to do that again. So they talk mostly about Biden. DeSantis pledged yesterday. Biden last night said that they may have to impose more lockdown type policies in the future. I can tell you that ain't happening in Florida. We are not going to let him lock down Florida. So I don't really see that much of a problem with what Biden's suggesting. Like if people are not doing the things that are sufficient to turn the tide against the disease, I don't really see what the problem is with reinstating something that keeps them from spreading it. Now, it'd be different if he said, oh, automatically we're just going to go back to this in a few months or a few weeks. But he's saying we have a certain goal that we need to meet in this national unity, as he calls it. And if it's not met, we're going to have to go back to this setting as a way of, I guess, rebooting our efforts. And DeSantis really is irritating to me because with a lot of these Republican governors, it's like they just refuse to do anything. Like you had the governor of South Dakota, Noam, and she was bragging about how I was the only state that didn't do anything about the virus. Like that's really something you're proud of. But I don't see what's insane about wanting to restart or at least scale back supposed freedoms if they're going to cause more people to get infected. Because a lot of people still aren't wearing masks. A lot of people are refusing to take the vaccine. And obviously those two things don't automatically go hand in hand. But what I'm saying is there are certain things that people are not doing that could progress the spread of the disease. And DeSantis is saying, under no circumstance will we reinstate our conditions, which is really hard line because at least Biden is saying, hey, I want to get rid of them, but we have certain goals we have to meet. He at least seems like he's trying to compromise. Whereas with DeSantis, it's just, no, I don't care. We're not going to have any more lockdowns.